In this country, every child is born with a class distinction. People with 3 lines on their foreheads will be at the bottom of society. However, the reversal at the end is very surprising. 2 babies are crying. The doctor only cares about the baby with 1 line on its forehead. After a while, the baby calms down and stops crying. Meanwhile, the baby with 3 lines lying beside is also squealing. But the doctor just ignores it. As time has gone by, Xiaoming with 3 lines has grown up. He touches the 3 lines on his forehead. He doesn't want to accept a fate like this, but it's actually the truth. He quietly walks out of the house. People at the bottom of society can only live in basements. He passes the bank and then goes to the dining room. In the room, there are a lot of people like him. He takes his plate and comes to the table in the corner to sit down. Then presses the red button. Food will fall out from the pipe. When Xiaoming is about to eat that piece of meat, he looks up and sees a man with 2 lines on his forehead. He quickly stands up and gives up his seat to the man with a warm smile. Then he takes his steak and gets out of the dining room. At this moment, another man with 2 lines walks over to Xiaoming. The man gives him a briefcase. He takes it and cautiously follows behind the man. This is VIP room, people with 2 lines will work here. The man enters the room, leaving Xiaoming outside. Lowly people with 3 lines like Xiaoming don't deserve to be in that room. Depressed, Xiaoming goes home. At this moment, suddenly a ball hit him in the head. Xiaoming is extremely angry. But when he looks up, he sees a boy with 2 lines on his forehead standing at the opposite corner. He immediately greets the boy with a smile. Even a child has the right to bully him. He returns to his room like a prisoner. Then sits on the ground hugging his knees. He sees a lot of people with 2 lines on their foreheads mocking at him. Suddenly someone appears, using an eraser to erase one of his lines. So he turns into a man with 2 lines. After waking up, he finds an eraser in his hand. Just like that, he becomes a member of the upper class. Now, he happily goes to the VIP room. Seeing other people with 3 lines nodding and bowing when they meet him, Xiaoming feels very happy. He arrives in front of the VIP room, then enters the room with a distant hope. But the scene before his eyes makes Xiaoming disappointed. Turns out the people with 2 lines are the servants here. Everyone is humble in front of the man with 1 line. Then they fatten him into a fat man, who just needs to eat and eat. Xiaoming turns around, takes out his eraser and erases 1 more line. So he immediately becomes a man with 1 line. A person at the bottom of society, after undergoing 2 consecutive upgrades, has become a member of the highest class. If someone sees him, they will immediately greet him. The servants invite him to sit on the sofa. After eating, he is allowed to put his feet on the servant's head. Another servant is waiting to feed him water. These people with 2 lines will all submit to him during the weekdays. This life is so much fun. Then Xiaoming falls asleep. He dreams about everything in the past. All bad experiences appear in his mind. Now he shows a satisfied smile. At this moment, suddenly a big pipe is lowered. Before he can understand what's going on, he's sucked away. The others fat men are also sucked in the pipes. They are sucked in, then brought into a big pipe. Next, they're transferred to the smaller ones. A man with 3 lines on his forehead presses the red button, and the steak fell onto his plate. A lot of meat fell out after pressing the button. It turns out that people with 1 line after being fattened will become food for the lowest class. This reversal is really unacceptable. But that's true, isn't it? We are always jealous of what others have. Then complain about things that you are not satisfied with. And after we achieve those desires, problems will arise. Nothing good in life is free. Requirements met today will cost you twice as much in the future.